This is the new not drawn blood. This is the new QBit from Maverick, which is a budget brand for HPI Racing. The QBit Flux, a brushless 1/16 scale, I think. It's brushless, it's a basher, it's got oil shocks, and I think, hang on, yes it is. It is very similar to something I've recently reviewed, which was good and tough, but it was way overpowered. I think this is the slightly tamer one, which is good because I want to see if the experience is better when it's not quite as stupidly fast and uncontrollable. There's your transmitter. Got a channel 3 there, got a channel 4 there. I don't know what these are all for yet. You got steering trim, steering dual rate, and throttle dual rate. Oh, and it's got a little bit there that you can get your thumb on. That's good. And I think that's a different controller to the UDI RC one, which shares the same chassis as this. They do 3 versions of this. They do this one, which is a Flux. That is a nice colour. It's like a nice metallic blue with a graphite grey going into like a silvery colour. So yeah, they do a brush. They do this one, which is the Flux, the brushless one, and then they do a Pro. And I think the Pro version is going to be the same as that one I did a little while ago. I'm not sure where the name QBit came from, but it's different, I guess. Manual, guarantee and important information. Stickers, some lights, a little quick start guide, spare top and bottom arms, which is good, although I didn't break any top or bottom arms on their other version of this. I broke, I think, the steering knuckle or the rear C-hub or whatever you call it. I think, I can't remember. Little body pin and tether, that goes in the back there, so got little quick release tabs there, but you can put a pin in just to add a bit of extra security. Couple of cable ties for your lights, a charger, a wheel wrench. Someone said the other day in the comments, I bet you've got loads of these. And you'd be right, I have got loads of them, look. Look at them all in there. That's where they go. And finally, Alan.
Oh, so that's not Alan. Steve, Steve!
Feels quite stiff. I mean, it feels good, but it is only, we're in single figures for temperature at the moment, so that oil might loosen up a bit, but certainly got some oil in them. Right, let's get the stickers on this and have a proper look. So, stickers on. Doesn't look too bad. Couple of dudes in there. You have to take the interior out to put the stickers on their helmets, but it looks nice, and it is nice that it's got an interior. Makes it look a little bit more scale. Tyres, soft compound tyres with foams, relatively standard looking wheel design. So body pin at the back there, push them in, comes up, and then you just push it forward and it comes off. And then underneath we have, I think it's, I want to say 3,200 kV or 3,800 kV motor. The Pro version is like 4,700. So this is definitely not going to be as crazy as that. It's got a 45 amp ESC. It's Maverick branded, but I'm pretty sure that's Hobbywing stuff in there. A couple of fans on top with a nice metal guards on there. It is a separate ESC and receiver, which is nice to see, rather than a 2-in, get out of the way, you. Rather than a 2-in-1 that we've seen on a lot of other stuff. There's your power button. You got your 2 inputs there. You can put your lights on. The lights you get in the bag. I tried to put the rear ones on, but they're really fiddly to try and get in there. And in my experience, after a few jumps, they kind of end up falling out anyway. But you can fit lights if you want to. Nice size battery tray. Comes with this 1600 milliamp hour 2-cell LiPo. Couple of bits of foam in there for this battery, but you can fit a much longer battery in there. I'm not sure if it'll run 3S, but we're not running it 3S today. I'm pretty sure it is only meant to be 2S. I'll have a scan through the information pack and see what it says. Pretty familiar design here. It does look very similar to the Armour Grom. It is slightly different. It is slightly bigger. Adjustable toe. Everything else is fixed. Really nice looking alloy oil shocks, and actually the preload is adjusted right up on them. That might be one of the reasons it was a little bit bouncy. Fully adjustable, which I like to see. They're good quality as well. They look like good quality shock absorbers. Wheelie bar on the back there. There's all hex hardware throughout. Chunky looking UJs up front. It'll have bearings all round. It's also got UJs at the rear. Plastic chassis. No centre diff or anything on this. It'll have a slipper clutch. The diffs are metal. I don't know whether they both feel about the same, so they probably just got grease in rather than oil. I had a quick look at the specs on the Pro version compared to this. This has got sintered metal gears, like the Mini Max that has sintered gears. Well, the X Max also has sintered gears, so it's pretty common to have that. The Pro version has got machined, I think it says machined HD steel or something like that, and I think it has a 60 amp ESC and obviously a faster motor. I do go on about speed and power quite a lot, and the speed and power I experienced with that M16 version was just too much. I think this might be the sweet spot. I get a little bit of negativity on the fact I never really mention price. And the reason I don't generally mention price is because the price for this in the UK will be different to the US and other places in Europe and stuff. And if the prices are different in different countries, then if I compare it to something else, then it won't make sense to a lot of people watching the video. However, to keep a few of you happy, I will tell you that in the UK, this is £124. Now, if we look at the price of this and we compare it to the two biggest, what I'd say would be the biggest like bashing brands, Armour and Traxxas, and we look at what they're offering us brushless, not brushed, because this is brushless, the Mini Max, which is actually a little bit bigger than this, and I'll put the cost of that in the UK there. And Armour don't do a brushless like monster truck style like this. The Granite Grom is brushed, and the newer Quake and Gorgon are also brushed, but they do a brushless Typhon, they do a brushless Mojave, and that's the price for them. Why is this controller not going on? I've had this before where the metal plate there is slightly bent or out of alignment and it won't work. Let me try and adjust it. Well, I can't get it to work. I don't know whether it's just not contacting with there or I don't know. But what I have found out, you can take that insert out, which the batteries go in, and you can run it off the balance lead off a little lithium ion. That will go in there like that. Balance lead plugs into that little port there. Now I get it to work. So, I've turned a negative into positive. I will feed that back to Maverick though to let them know. Hopefully it's not a problem with others, because that would ruin your day. Right then. Whoa. Let's turn it off again. It was it was going on its own. Let's not touch anything. Right, my throttle is all the way down on 50%. Turn that all the way up. Ah, there we go. Definitely something not right about that. I think the throttle trim, because I'm only touching that a tiny bit and it's moving, but I don't think you can set the throttle trim on there. Right, if this is a Hobbywing system, if I hold the set button, press power on. Do you go full? Right. Has that reset it? Let's turn it on. Not expecting crazy speeds. Oh, it tracks relatively straight. Stock battery. That's full throttle straight away. Yeah, high 20s maybe. Maybe high 20s. It's controllable, that's the important bit. Whoa, I said controllable and then I veered off. Too busy looking at the camera and not the actual truck. 24, eh. I mean, it'll pop a wheelie. So it's got the punch. I just don't know whether 24 is going to be enough for when we go to like the skate park and do a few jumps and stuff with it. We might be all right. Right, we'll give it a little blast around here. I mean, the grass needs to be a bit shorter, but I think it's got the poke. And then we're going to take it over to the skate park, which is just, oh, it is windy and cold. And there's a skate park over there. We'll take it over there on its stock battery on 2S. We'll take it over there on 2S. And then I've got a 3S and I've tested it and it works. Whoa, we're going to do a backflip off there. Come on, I want a backflip. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll take that. I think the struggle with these is, even though this is like, well, about half the speed of like the Pro version will be, obviously the Pro version, they tell you can run it on 3S. Even though this is half that speed, I find the punch levels on these little things are just too much. So obviously I'm a little bit more experienced, so I can feather the throttle a little bit and, well, and kind of control it, but they're just too sensitive. Anyway, fresh battery, skate park, let's go. So I think it is a hobby wing system, I'm not sure, but if it is, you might be able to get in there and sort that punch out, because I think it's I'm just doing this on purpose now. I think it's a little bit too much. Look, that's me just kind of pinning the throttle, which your kids are going to do if they're not used to RC cars. But anyway, enough of that. Right, backflip check. No, not quite got the beans for a backflip. Not off that ramp anyway. Oh, not off that ramp anyway. Getting my steps in today. Suspension also needs tuning a bit. It's not soft enough. It's got good oil shocks, but they're making it bounce like crazy. This is a little light rig. Probably needs softening up a little bit. So when it lands, it absorbs it rather than bounces off it. I can tell straight away if I stick a 3S in this, it's going to be too much. But oh, there we go. There's a backflip. Body's come off the front. Just needed a little bit more commitment. Ah! Oh! Oh, that body's come off again. Come on, don't let me down. There we. Well, should we get a 3S in it and send it a bit, shall we? Let's do that. Oh, I landed one. I landed a jump. Well done. Oh man. So I did see the Pro version has also got a different body. I can't remember the differences between the two, but I guess it'd be tougher than this one. My other one got ravaged by a dog and, well, it didn't break like that. I don't want to write this thing off. Well, I'm going to write this thing off with 3S. I don't want to write it off, but I'm still on the fence with whether I think these are like the best ones about at the moment. I know why the body keeps coming off. It's because the little slot it goes into is broken, so just flexing. I'm not sure on this platform whether there's just not enough control. It's just really hard to drive. I mean, ultimately, these little ones are aimed at the younger market. I just don't know whether they're just too much. That was a good landing. Was that a double or triple front flip? It was a double front flip. That was more luck than judgment. Yeah, I'm still on the fence. I mean, it's good value for money, though. Diff. Yeah, we've done a diff. So let's have a serious chat about this thing. For anyone wondering, that was the 3S LiPo I was using. It's only a little 2,200 milliamp hour CNHL. These are quite compact and they fit in these little like 1/16, or most of the 1/16. So this is the second time, as I've mentioned about a million times in this video, this is the second time I've had one of these. There's the other one. This was the UDIRC branded M16, and obviously this is the Maverick QBit. Essentially both exactly the same. This one has a 60 amp ESC, although it looks pretty much the same. It's 60 amp. This one's 45 amp. And this one's got the faster motor and does, I think on 3S, I'm sure it was like close to 50 mile an hour, which is way too much. And you can see the body on that got a French bulldog, I think it was, that got hold of it and stuck its teeth in. Although, it didn't split anywhere. Anyway, this one, the Maverick, I definitely think it's better value for money than this. This was quite expensive. Close to I think it's like £170 UK price, over $200. This is 125, so better value, not as fast, but you can run it 3S. It seemed to run 3S fine. I'm just not a fan of how they drive. They just seem too like scatty. Should we see if a Hobbywing program card will work? There's what I was talking about the body coming off. That broke. That's why the body kept coming off so much. Well, it doesn't work on that one, and it doesn't work with that one either. I still think the HBX Ravage, or the 16889 or whatever it is Pro, used to be really good value for money, but I've seen the prices have been creeping up a little bit. And for us in the UK, they're actually not much less than this Maverick. But still, this has been around a long time, and I still think it's one of the best out there. Drives really well, it's got just about enough speed, it's tough, and well, yeah, it was really cheap, but not so cheap now.